The Gamasutra job board is the most diverse, active and established board of its kind for the video game industry. Here is just one of the many positions being advertised right now. Location: Cockeysville, Maryland. The senior combat designer works with the combat lead and the rest of the development team in the creation and maintenance of combat mechanics, character abilities, and combat itemization. They are responsible for maintaining and improving the health of the combat experience, including balance, bug fixing, system improvements, and development of new features. Responsibilities, requirements. Interested? Apply now. Whether you are just starting out, looking for something new, or just seeing what's out there, the Gamasutra job board is the place where game developers move ahead in their careers. Gamasutra's job board is the most diverse, most active, and most established board of its kind in the video game industry, serving companies of all sizes, from indie to AAA. Looking for a new job? Get started here. Are you a recruiter looking for talent? Post jobs here. In the ZD Europe 2016 talk, DONTNODS Christian Divine reflects on the writing and design process for Life is Strange, and how its development heralds a new era for narrative games. Divine discusses how the acceptance of life is strange among players, whereas they sign that game narratives are expanding, and the new age has become a blue age of storytelling. It was an insightful talk that's definitely still worth watching, so developers should not miss the opportunity to do so now that it's freely available on the official GD YouTube channel. In addition to this presentation, THEGDC Vault and its accompanying YouTube channel offers numerous other free videos, audio recordings, and slides from many of the recent game developers conference events. And the service offers even more members-only content for DD Vault subscribers. Those who purchased all access passes to recent events, like DD Vault, already have full access to DD Vault, and interested parties can apply for the individual subscription via the DD Vault subscription page. Group subscriptions are also available. Game-related schools and development studios who sign up for DD Vault Studio subscriptions can receive access for their entire office or company by contacting staff via THEGDC Vault Group subscription page. Finally, current subscribers with access issues can contact DD Vault technical support. Gamasutra and DD are sibling organizations under parent company Informa. Austin-based game studio Certain Affinity has announced plans to open a second development center in Toronto. The company is best known for its work as a co-developer on the Halo, Call of Duty, and Doom franchises, but is now looking to create its own original titles from scratch. As reported by the Austin Statesman, the movie is being financed with an $18 million development loan from Chinese company Leyou Technologies, which acquired a 20% stake in Certain Affinity back in 2017. The news follows the recent expansion of Certain Affinity's studio in Austin, which was boosted with the addition of an event space and around 55 fresh hires. Company president and founder Max Hoberman said the new Toronto studio will initially house around 16 staffers, and will allow it to tap into the city's various universities and game development programs while laying down international roots. He also believes the expansion is essential if the studio wants to successfully transition to the games as a service model, as they will need more firepower to continue supporting titles post-launch. In the past, we primarily partnered with other developers as an extension of their internal teams, working on a specific subset of a game. Now, we are taking on all the functions of a game in its entirety, from concept to completion, explained Huberman. We are also transitioning to develop games as a service. So after we ship a game, we will continue to develop new content and features for that game into the foreseeable future. Following in the wake of last year's fixprint campaign, the team at Pun Corp has published a post on Steam exploring how it typically fights back against the cheaters and some of the different improvements planned to its anti-cheat efforts. Admittedly, the team says they will not fully outline what they have been doing since giving away too much could undermine those very efforts. But even still, the post offers fellow game devs a look at what the team behind the landmark Battle Royale game does to combat the ever-present threat of cheating. Each game of Pong sees up to 100 users trying to beat already incredible odds, reads the post. We understand that even one person playing unfairly can severely impact the fun of so many people, and thus we need to maintain a much higher level of security than other games. The Pong team says that it uses a variety of anti-cheat protections, like Better Eye and Cheater, to detect cheat attempts, but that they have also turned to machine learning recently to spot cheats by analyzing the behavior of individual players. They have put together a system that notices abnormal game patterns, actions that interrupt expected game processes, and identify hack users. Based on that data, they started issuing hardware bans late last year in an effort to curtail repeat cheaters. But note in the full post that the process itself can be a delicate one, and they take extra precautions to make sure PC cafe machines are not unfairly impacted. More recently, however, the team has started detecting and banning things like Metro mice, and eventually other peripherals that the team says give people an unfair advantage over fellow Pen players. VR ownership for Steam users nearly doubled in 2018, at least according to a collection of the monthly Steam hardware and software reports released by Valve at the end of each month. Typically, those roundups offer curious size of glance at month-to-month trends in US, VR, and PC component usage, but only data from the most recent month is publicly displayed. Uploader, however, kept track of the monthly results for virtual reality headsets and crunched the numbers to find that, across all VR brands, the percent of Steam users that used a VR headset nearly doubled in 2018. According to that data, just over 5% of Steam users had a VR headset in January compared to 8 in December. On a per-headset basis, Uploadable data shows an 85% rise in Oculus Rift users on Steam in 2018 alongside a 65% rise in HTC Vive ownership. Windows mixed reality headsets saw a boost as well. At the beginning of the year, the platform did not have enough users to register on the monthly survey. At the close of 2018, 0.7% of Steam users had picked up a Windows mixed reality headset. However, it is worth noting that this data comes with a few caveats. The hardware survey, of course, only offers percentages, so it's difficult to put actual numbers to that growth. But for comparison's sake, Steam now has as many VR users as it does people running Linux as their operating system. Additionally, participation in the survey requires Steam users to opt in, meaning that the sample size here does not include every single user on Steam. But even taken with a grain of salt, the collective maths of data offer an interesting look at how VR fared during last year. Playground Games has patched out a couple dance emotes from Forza Horizon 5 to moves that coincidentally have become the subject of a lawsuit against the Fortnite developer Epic Games. Both the cartoon and floss emotes have been cut from the game as of today, with only a short and sweet mention of the removal in the game's patch notes. Playground Games does not offer any sort of reason for the sudden removal, but it's fair to assume that the decision was prompted by a handful of lawsuits that have been levied against Fortnite developer Epic Games over dances being sold as Fortnite emotes, allegedly without the permission of or compensation for the dance's creators. Alfonso Ribeiro, known for his portrayal of Carlton Banks in the show The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, filed a lawsuit against Epic Games late last year for the game's Fresh as emote, a move that shares unmistakable similarities to Ribeiro's now iconic Carlton dance, Russell Honing, known as Backpack Kid.